Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business. It's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Tuesday, so I'm here with our favorite social media guru, Miss Terry Johnson Online. She's here all the way from New York City, and we're excited. So I want you to sit back, relax. We're going to talk social media in English so that you can understand what to do with social media to help your business grow. So without further ado, I introduce to some, present to others, Miss Terry Johnson. I'm Terralina from California Cover-Ups. We're giving a shout out to Miss Francine Gregory, who's on assignment today. And we want to say welcome to the conversation. How you doing, T?
I'm good. How you doing?
Better.
Things are better. I think we're doing a little better. I mean, we're still in a pandemic, and it's the topic of discussion. So, but we are here to talk about other things to have to do with digital marketing and your business. So,
Mhm.
we want to, we're gonna put the pandemic to the side, and we're gonna
Mm.
try to get you. We're trying to get your marketing back on track because it's off track. Everything's off track. So that's
Oh,
how it goes.
you need to say that. You
Yeah.
need to say
So
that.
so welcome to the discussion. I always say it's a discussion, and we're going to talk about the topic below. It says how to tell a story. I've set up this track of having your message. We talked about last week. We talked about the core was the story. So now I want to tell you, well, how do you tell that story? How do I get the parts together? How do I know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How how do I know how to how do I know how to put it together, how to put the parts of the story together? I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the rules that you use and screenwriters use
Mm.
that can help you. So we're going to talk about that today, but we want to say welcome to the discussion. We want you to bring people in. um Come on in, let us know where you are, share this out. You know how to do that on whatever platform you're on. Please
Mhm.
share this out and come on over, ask your questions, bring your thoughts, your opinions. We want all of that to be a part of the lively conversation. Okay, we're going to do that, and I'm going to be really careful today with my I'm going to be real careful with my water today.
Telling studio secrets now.
Yeah, this is a little background stuff that's happening. So let me double check before I start, because we usually have more people saying hi right
Yes,
about
well, I'm
now.
looking. I don't see us over here. Oh, you know what? I don't think you did Facebook for Biz Chicks.
Yeah, I did. I shared it. Hmm.
Okay, because I'm looking over here at the top and I see your Facebook, but I don't see ours. I see Periscope and YouTube, but I don't see Biz
It's
Chicks.
there.
It is?
Oh, it's not there.
Okay, I thought it was.
Oh, you're saying at the top in StreamYard. I'm like, I
Yeah.
shared it to the group.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Oh
I
no,
think.
no, no. I share it to the group. I don't do it in StreamYard.
Okay. All right.
So it's there.
Because I'm over here on the Facebook page for Biz Chicks.
Hold
Oh,
on.
I see us now. It's coming in now.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So
So there's a delay. So then I'm going to share it. Okay. Right.
yeah, and I shared it to a couple groups, so we should be
Mhm.
live. I'm just gonna check real quickly and
Yes.
make
We
sure
are
I did
live.
that properly. Just a little stuff. Yeah, we're live. We're live in
Mhm.
all the groups. Okay. So if you guys are here, oh, I see now. We've got
Yeah.
some
It's
views.
just a delay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So something's going on with Facebook today. Who knows? Facebook is doing Facebook.
I know. And and it's just it's
Uh-huh.
live. That's the important thing. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the conversation.
Yeah. Welcome. So we're here today to talk about how to tell the story, and I wanted to talk about this because it's a continuation of last week when I said that the core of your strategy It's storytelling, telling a story, and not the once upon a time this was, little Red Riding Hood. No, that's not how you tell a story. I'm thinking about the story that Hollywood tells. So we're gonna do a little Hollywood.
Okay.
We're gonna follow their rules on how they, and as a movie, as they create a movie in Hollywood, they don't bring up the cameras and just start talking in front of the camera. They actually have a script. Did you know that? I hope everybody knew that. If not, we're going to find out today. So, they start out with a script, and the person that writes the script is called a screenwriter. So, but you're not going to write a screenplay because a movie's 2 hours long or more. When they shoot the movie, it's 4 to 5 hours, and they have something called an editor, and they sit down with the director and they go with the storyline, the plot, and they condense it and they throw stuff out. Well, that doesn't work because the movie has to fit a certain constraint, a time constraint. Like, who's going to sit in a movie for over 2 hours? Now, there are movies that go beyond 2 hours that used to go in the theater. This is all pre-pandemic, people. We're not in the movies today. Sorry. But was it Gone with the Wind? When it came out, it was like they used to have something called intermission back then.
Yes.
So I think Gone with the Wind was like 4 hours, and then they had a break after the 2 hour, and the intermission would be you go to the lobby, you talk to people, you get a drink. So that's the concession. That's where we get our concession stand from that we have today. But movies used to go on and on and on. Can you believe that?
Yep, I remember going to see the 10 Commandments with my grandmother.
Oh, that's another good example.
And it was so long, and we went out to the lobby for intermission and all of that. Yeah.
See, so the way people they complain now about a 2 hour movie, and I was just thinking, way back in Hollywood days when they first started showing movies, they were very long. So we just gave you 2 examples. So, but they're condensed. So, but the whole narrative, and I'm bringing up Hollywood, is because it's based off of storytelling. That's the key to a Hollywood movie or even a TV show. The TV show is condensed into 30 minutes or less than 30 minutes because they have to allow time for advertising. So a TV show episode, when they shoot it, it's like 20 to 22 minutes because they have to allow time for them to the network to cut in the commercial. So hold on, I'm just looking at something I'm going to queue up. Okay, all right, that's working. So Lou, I didn't see the comment. Let's bring it up before I continue. Lou, he's from the Isle of Wight, and I believe that is England because I remember Lou from before. And as we said, the Biz Chick Show, when we are here, we have everybody. It's global. So we have Ireland, we have England, we have Isle of Wight, we have people from Canada and all over. I think we had somebody from South America. I know we have people that are viewing Africa and everything. That Africa's a continent, I know. So there's different countries. I can't list all the ones that are there, but we have an international audience. Right. So we're happy about that. So welcome, Lou. Thank you.
Lou, I believe, Lou, do you do custom graphics? Is that what we're looking at here?
I forgot he told us before what it was. Right. Yeah. From the Isle of Wight. Yeah. Jerry's here. Good morning. Blessings to Jerry. How are you? Okay.
Hi, so Jerry.
I'm glad everybody's here. And if you're just joining us, we're talking about how to tell a story because this is one of the keys of having your marketing message work for you.
I have my pen and I'm taking notes, Terry. I'm telling you now.
So I just want to say Here, Lou says he's a fabric and haberdashery store. I love that word, haberdashery. I've always loved that word. Haberdashery. The fabric and
Wow.
haberdashery.
We have to talk. I love fabric. It's all about the fabric.
Yeah, Terralina does California cover-ups. Oh, you're super, Jerry. Good.
I'm glad to hear it, Jerry, because I was going to ask how you're doing.
Yeah. So Lou, Terralina's into fabric, so you guys can talk fabrics all day. Different, because Terralina told the story, and this ties into what we're talking about. She told me the story of the silk, and I didn't know that there was different types of silk. Like there's Italian silk, there's I'm assuming from China and other countries. But
Vietnam is a big producer.
See, here's another piece of the story that she didn't tell us before. Here it is. So this is so let's talk about this for a minute before I get back to the Hollywood thing. But here it is, the story of fabric. But that's a big topic. So you don't want to. Think of fabric as an apple. When you serve it, you don't want to serve the whole apple because you can't put the whole apple in your mouth, right? So you got to take a bite. So what would a bite of a fabric apple be? The topic is fabric. So a bite would be silk. A silk, right? That's a type of fabric. And there are people that care about silk but don't care about other fabrics, right? So this is the way of niching your story down. Okay, and before I finish, I want to bring up Lou. Lou says we go live every fortnight on our page with 50% off of a range of fabrics. Ooh, I like that. That's a good way to do it. That's a good, and the fortnight is every 2 weeks. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lou. Because I love the language, but over in America we don't really say fortnight unless it's like one of the period movies or TV shows, and they say fortnight. So I kind of know what it is. It is 2 weeks. So okay. So the fabric. Get back to the fabric because that's a good topic to talk about. So you wouldn't put the whole apple in your mouth. You would do a bite of it. And you would, that's called niching it down to Italian silk. But that bite, maybe that bite you took out of the apple is still too big for you to swallow. So you might chop that bite up into another piece called Italian silk, Vietnam, from China, from whatever country. So see how the little bites get smaller and you can digest them.
Yes.
Okay. So that's what really how I wanted to explain, and I'm glad the fabric topic is coming up. And Lou says I'm correct, laughing. Yeah, so I was like, fortnight means 2 weeks, but in America we say 2 weeks. But over there they say fortnight. Get into back to that. So I want you to think of, and the fabric's a great topic because you're not going. There's so many different types of fabric. I just know a little bit from just knowledge. I know this
wearing clothes, right?
Right. There's silk, there's wool, there's taffeta, there's linen.
Chiffon. I'm particular about chiffon. That's sort of my niche.
Okay. See how we get in the story here? Just by us talking about it, the story of fabric, which is a big topic. Because this is how, when you're in fashion, you say, I want to talk about fabrics. That's a whole
that's a long conversation.
So that's why I use the terminology of the apple, because you wouldn't stuff a whole apple in your mouth. You would cut it into pieces. Some people cut into pieces or slices. You core it, or if you take a bite, you might chew that big bite, but it was too, like I said, you took a bite with your mouth and it was too big, and you say, okay, you spit it out and say, well, okay, I'm gonna cut that little piece. But you need to cut that fabric apple up into pieces in order to tell your story. Why? Because it connects with someone better than saying fabric. If you say Italian silk, that's a curiosity starter of why Italian silk, because that was my thought. Because I'm the average person going, it's just silk. I know that's silk, I know that's cotton. But to someone in fashion, they're going to know the different types, the locations, the origin, all of that stuff. So that's where the details of your story come into play, and you're likely to catch audience attention of someone who is interested in fashion, in fabric, in silk. Just see how we're niching it down?
Yes.
We're niching it down to get more of a nibble because you wouldn't throw and I always use fishing too because you wouldn't throw a big apple in to catch a fish. They can't bite that. So it needs to be something that's attractive to the audience. So that's why I use fishing with the right bait. You're going to catch the right fish because they're attracted. So you need that attraction part of it. And if you tell a general story, no one's really attracted to that. So that's why I'm tying this back into Hollywood, telling stories and having a TV show. And here's the deal with TV shows, there's different genres. You have drama, you have comedy, you have reality, you have talk show, you have game shows, different things like that. Everyone doesn't watch every one of those shows because they have a particular appetite or they're attracted to a show for different reasons. But when I'm talking about the creator of the shows and the movies, they know all of these things because they start with a script. They start with a script. They have an idea. It's very specific. And they start with a script. They have a person who knows how to write to get people's attention. That's the screenwriter. And they start with that and they make the story. And they have something called a story arc. Now I'm getting really technical, but I don't want you to, you don't really have to know all of this. It's just that the story arc, I want you to know this part is in 3 parts. Every story has 3 parts. Even a novel, a book, an article, you read something on the newspaper, you see a news story, a journalist has a quick bite news story. They all learned this in school. The 3-story arc is what it's called if you want to Google it. So I want to bring up my notes real quick because I want to make sure I get this right for you. And we're going to break this down into how does this get into telling a story? Because it seems kind of complicated, right? It's like a story arc, 3 parts. Like, who has time for that? Well, you do have time for it when you practice it and get it easy and you start off with stories. See how the story is tying into Facebook stories and Instagram stories? They're quick little bites, but you still need a purpose. All right, so let me, I hit the wrong thing. Sorry, hold on. Why is that coming up on my phone? Okay, hold on. Why is that coming up? I'm tapping my app, but something else is coming. Wow.
I know, it's been very interesting.
I don't know. It's one of these days, things that happen. Excuse me. So I want to stop right here. If anybody is confused, because I don't want to go further from here. I want to answer all your questions and make sure that you know what we're talking about, because the main goal, we're here to help. I'm here to break this down because you need to know some of these things and absorb it and put it into practice. And I don't want it to be difficult. So I'm going to stop right here. Any questions, let me know in the chat. Let us know.
Well, I like the whole idea of having a formula for how to tell a story. And
yes.
I think that's where we're going today, right?
Yes. How to tell a story. There's a formula. And that's why I bring up Hollywood, because a story is a story. It's not different because you're making content on social media. You don't create content willy-nilly out of thin air.
Oh.
If you do that, if you wake up and say, I don't know what to do, I'm just going to post anything, we're not going to get any bites. That's why I talk about fishing. You're not going to get any bites. You just set it up correctly with the right bait. So when you're posting your content online, social media, any of the platforms, you need to have a plan. When you're doing anything, you need a plan. You can't do anything on this, and I don't think that's successful. You can do it, but it won't be successful. So Carlos said the formula: beginning, middle, end, then sequel. See, he's jumping ahead because he knows. But that is the story arc: beginning, middle, and end. And then if you're lucky, put in there, if you're lucky and you strike lightning with the story and everybody loves it, then you have a sequel. That's why you have The Lion King, and then you have The Lion King 2, and then you have
Mm-hmm.
Lion King 3, or whatever movie, Lethal Weapon 1, 2, and 3, Indiana Jones 1, 2,
Bad
and 3.
Boys.
Bad Boys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here's a good one. I don't watch these movies, but the Fast and the Furious aren't. I think they're up to part 17.
Oh my gosh.
I'm joking. It's not 17, but it feels like it. I think Carlos, put in the chat how many Fast and Furious movies are there. I think it's 7. And see, this is telling a story is important because you're the chief story. I like to say you're the chief story officer in your business. Even if you're hiring someone else to do your content for you or create to create your postings and your content, you're still chief story officer because you set the tone, you set the goal, you say, this is what I want to happen when we post on any other social media platform. So you are the chief story officer. That's the most important job in your business because telling the story gets the attention. Telling the story brings people into you. It's psychological, it's human. You must tell a story. When you see a commercial, that's a story.
Wow.
That's a story. A 30-second commercial is a story. I worked in advertising for a long time, and I know how they storyboard it first. They get an idea, and then they storyboard it. Instead of writing it, they do write when they get to the parts that the actors are saying, but they storyboard it first. And storyboarding, you might be more attracted to that. That is simply drawing the scenes out. You don't have to be an artist. You can stick figure or mind map any kind of way, but it's always put down on paper how the commercial is going to flow. And there's always a beginning, a middle, and an end. With a commercial, it's 30 seconds. So the story has to make sense, and it has to be simple, and it has to be really tight because it has to reach the audience that they want to reach. Okay. Carlos says Fast and Furious is at 7. See, I said 7. I wasn't sure because I don't watch those movies, but I know about them. So Fast and Furious is at 7. Morning, Brenna. How are you?
Claudia says 10 in 2021. I'm not sure what that means.
Okay. Carlos says, sorry, it's 9. Okay. Yes. It's 9 plus a spinoff and a short film never released. So see, Carlos knows. So get it back to Fast and Furious because I want you to see how when it's successful, you replicate it. We're not going to get in that part. I was just bringing it up. But see, the Fast and Furious was one of the movie series that I thought of that is beyond 3.
Yeah.
A movie is they're using a movie, a sequel, and if they're lucky, a third, if they're lucky. But see, Fast and Furious is at 9. Plus, they have a spinoff because they take the characters that you watch in the first 9 movies, and then they spin those guys off. Was it Idris Elba in a spinoff from Fast and the Furious? Him and what's the lead? Vin Diesel, Carlos.
Claudia was right. She said 10 in 2021. Talking about Fast and Furious.
Oh, okay. See how that grows because it's a successful original story called Fast and the Furious. I don't remember when it came out. 2000. I don't know. I'm just saying. But it was the story. Real quick, if you don't know, because I just know the story.
I'm not familiar with the story, but
I'm not either. I know that Vin Diesel was the original guy, and he's like the leader of a gang, their cars, and they did something, and then Paul, what's the guy that died in the crash? Paul Walker. Paul Walker was the cop who was sent to infiltrate the car gang. I don't know if I don't want to get into details, but they were doing something bad, and he was the good cop coming in to infiltrate to bring them down, but he got caught up in it because
he was undercover, and then he got
compromised. Vin Diesel's character was this bad guy, but he was really a soft guy inside. You know what I'm saying? So that was the story, and then it set up from there, and they were, so the story is the key, is the thing I want to point out.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get to 10 sequels plus spin-offs. A spin-off means a character that was in one of the movies that was so popular and successful,
Mm-hmm.
well written and well acted, that they took that character and spun it off into its own movie.
Okay.
So that's what I mean about a
Mm-hmm.
successful series. And getting back to what Carlos said, the beginning, middle, and the end, and the sequel. You have to be really lucky to get the sequel.
Mm.
And Fast and Furious is really, really lucky because they're up to 10. So that's my point. So you want to be the chief story officer. And here it is, another job you got to do. Oh, I'm running a business already. I'm doing finances. I'm doing marketing. I'm doing sales. I'm doing branding. I'm making content and stuff like that. And if you're lucky, you have someone to hire, to pay to do that for you. And if you're not, well, if you're doing it all yourself, you need an easy way, quick and dirty, to get it done because you got other jobs. On top of the other stuff of being part of a family or a mom or a dad, and all the stuff that's swirling around in our world today that we're trying to keep up with. So you need to be the chief story officer. It's
Mm-hmm.
my term, what you need to do. So this is what a part of it. Let me bring my notes up, that guy. Excuse me. So because the story is important because it tells what you're about. We talked about the why. Remember, you have to know your why. You have to have your marketing message. You have to have your core, which is the story. That's why I'm spending more time on the storytelling part of it, how to tell the story, because I need you guys to get to know a little bit about it so you can build the structure of what you're doing. And it sounds like a lot, but it's really easy because you're going to talk
Okay.
about yourself. Right? So I'm
Okay.
not talking about when you write a novel and you sit down and you make up characters. This is where the easy part is. You're the business owner, you're running the business, you know the subject matter, you know the topic, you have your niche, you have your messages, you have your why. So guess what? That gets rid of all of the guesswork of what do I talk about, because you talk about you and your business. Okay, that's what you talk about. You don't make up a story. You don't talk about this and that. You talk about you, what you're doing today, how you started a business, your best customer. Your customer asked this, your audience asked that. They're curious about this. And you get all of that information every day. Or if you're not getting anything from your audience, your customers, you can look at the news and see what this new trending thing is in your industry. You can talk about that. There's a ton of things to talk about every day, but to get rid of the overwhelm, you have to have your story structure in place, which means, how am I going to tell this story today? How am I going to
Mm-hmm.
write it? How am I going to talk about it with video like we're talking now? How am I going to do my podcast with it? How am I going to do a story on Instagram stories, Facebook stories, Snapchat, or how am I going to do it on TikTok? Okay, so all of those things, if you're one place, two places, or all of those places, if you got the time to do it, good on you. But one or two places, you need to tell your story, because you can't just post stuff and get mad when there's no engagement. Well, nobody posted, nobody liked it, nobody commented. What made a comment? Well, was it something interesting? Was it something truthful? Was it something from you, about your business, about the things you're doing, the customers you're helping, the audience people you're helping, all of that? What are you doing for them? What are you doing? If you're just posting stuff that goes, well, I need to post because, I said before, we got the marketing gurus, the people that go, well, you must post on Instagram between 9 and 11 or you're a failure. That's not true. Your audience might not be on Instagram between 9 a.m. and 11. Maybe they're on at 3 in the afternoon, but you get that from your analytics from your own account. So see how I'm saying, I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I don't want you to, well, how do I tell a story? What do I say? You got all the information you need in front of you because you're running a business, or you're starting a business, but you have the knowledge of the business. See, you got to have the knowledge of it. So instead of just what do I do, what do I say, what do I do today, have a plan to do that. So Carlos says organizing your story in a social media calendar helps prepare and have consistently. I teach this to my clients. Yes, that is exactly it. That's why I have a social media plan. If you guys want, it's a PDF. Just let me know. Put yes in the comments. I'll send you the link after this, and you just download it. It's a one-sheet PDF. You can print it, or you can use it on your iPad, and you write in there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, your week, and then you start over for the next week, and you jot down your ideas. It's really simple. So if you want it, let me know. Brenna says, I discovered I don't have the time to do it in all places. And that's okay, Brenna, because you're going to pick the number one spot where your people are. And I'm going to tell you, yours is Facebook. And then if you have time, you might go into a second one. I would say Pinterest. For you specifically, Brenna, I would say Pinterest because of the demographics of each of those platforms and what's available. Okay. Carlos says you take one day and create your calendar so it won't take time for the rest of the month. Yes. Claudia says you can post in one place and it spreads to them all. Yes, you can do that. Now I want you to be careful with the posting in one place and spreading it to them all because each platform has a different language. Just like if we went to Italy, we would have to know Italian or have a little understanding of it. So you don't want to go to, like, and here's an example. You don't want to go to LinkedIn and post something that will go on TikTok because those are the two different audiences. LinkedIn is more business minded. So you could take a message and just say, okay, I need to edit a couple of words to make it more business minded B2B.
Okay.
Or if you're going to Twitter, it pretty much a free for all Twitter. So you can say what you want to say. So just be careful about just copy and paste and bam, 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 bam.
Oh.
There are some social media tools that allow you to craft a different message for each platform. Like you could say, well, I want to say, happy Monday. What's on your plan? What are your plans for the week? I'm doing blah, 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 blah. So you might want to use that as your core message on Monday, but each different place you post it, you might want to add a little word or two or change it around just a little. You don't want to copy because that doesn't really work because each platform is different, just from the audience. Okay. All right. So let's get back into this story arc. And thank you, Carlos. Carlos revealed it is a beginning, middle, and end. But when I was thinking about this in a Hollywood movie sort of way, they have a structure, the 3-story arc, but they call it. Hold on, I'm bringing it up. I got a ton of notes, guys. I was just writing. Okay, here we go. So it's 3 acts, and I want you to think of an act. The first act is the beginning, and they call that the setup. Act 1 is the setup.
Okay.
The beginning. Okay.
Okay.
You can call it beginning. Carlos did, but if we're looking at this in the true structure of how they create the story, Act 1, remember 3 acts. Story arc means the whole how the story travels. Three acts in the 3-story arc. There's a 5-story arc. Not gonna get into that, and I don't want to confuse you. 3 stories. The first one, Act 1, the setup. Okay, and what is the setup? You have to let people know what's happening because you're going to get people that know nothing about your business. Okay. So in the movie, on the TV show, the first episode, they set up what they call the premise. What is this about? This gets back to your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? So your Act 1, the setup could be you want to introduce yourself as a business owner because people don't know you. And it can be long or it can be 1 or 2 words, depending on the platform you're on. Okay. So if you're on Facebook, there's more spaces to have more characters in a Facebook post versus Twitter is only 280 characters for 1 tweet. I mean, you can add on tweets, but the limitations of Twitter is 280 characters. There's Instagram. I'm not sure the number of characters, but it allows you to create a longer post than Twitter. Your stories feature that I like a lot. Remember, your stories features is 15 seconds. If you're doing an Instagram or Facebook video, there's different limitations. Instagram is 60 is a minute, I believe, but it's longer if you post it to IGTV. So there's a lot of details in there, but just be aware of the limitations of the platform that you're on. Okay, so if you're on a 15-second video, your setup isn't going to be 10 seconds. It's going to be one or two things real quick, and you're going to tell a really super short story. Okay, so act one, the setup. That's where you're going to introduce yourself. You're going to say what's going on, because see, people are coming to you new, and I'm talking about new people you're trying to attract. They don't know anything about your business or what you do. Like with Terralina, that she would come on if I'm new to her, I don't know what she does. So she would say, "Hi, I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, where we
are on assignment to keep you looking beautiful."
There you go. See, perfect, and that fits into a 15-second video or a 1-minute video, because see, she's that's the setup. She's done. That's act one. See how easy that was. I told you guys, this is not hard.
Okay.
You're making it hard.
All right.
You're making it hard. Okay, so let me get Claudia says you can also hire a marketing business owner to do it for you. Yes. And I've said that early on. If you've been listening to us for a while, we've been here for years. Oh my God. I said it in the beginning. The way your strategy works as a business owner is two things: time or money. You put in your time, or you use your money to pay somebody else to put their time in to do this for you. Time, money for a business.
Hi, Linda.
Okay? You decide how you want to
be handmade.
Oh, hey, Linda. And then she said, "Terralina, you are quick, girl. I need your help." Question mark. She said, "I need your help."
You know I love you, girl. You know you can call us.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. I want this to be easy for you, because I know it's hard out there. This is the thing with the internet. The internet is a wonderful thing. There's all the information in the world you could ever want. The horrible thing, there's all the information in the world you could ever want. So you got to know who to listen to, where to go, what to filter, what's good advice, what's bad advice. I don't know. So that's why you're here, because I'm here to help you filter all of that out. And I'm not saying I'm 100% correct, but I'm going by my knowledge and my experience that I had. And so we're here. That's why we're here talking about this topic, because I know that people are confused about Instagram stories, how to use Instagram stories, how to use Facebook stories. They definitely they definitely confused about TikTok. They're confused about the time to post. And I know that because I see this too. I see people out there telling you guys, you must post on Twitter at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. I'm like, what? That's stupid. So you have to figure it out for yourself, because you know your business, you know the why, and you know your audience and your customers, because you deal with them. So that's why I'm saying here, I want you to think about what's the thing that I need to do to reach my audience and also to bring in new people, is telling a story. Don't, I gotta sit down and write a novel. No, because you have to create characters. You are in business. You don't have to create any characters. You are the character. And if you're lucky, you have employees. You and your character. That's what happens. What goes on in your day? What happened today? I was expecting a shipment of Italian silk and got a shipment of wool. Oh my God. What am I going to do? Story. That's your story. That's your story. Okay, so let's move on, because we got, you want to ask a question?
No, I was just, Linda has said that she's interested in learning how to tell a story. I think she's a great storyteller. When she comes on, it's just gotta be handmade. That speaks for itself.
See, that's what I'm saying. You already have it. What's the thing in the movie just came to me. The Glinda the Good Witch says you already had. She wanted to go home And she said, you already have it, my dear. You already have it, my dear. You people have it already. You just need to get out of your own head and stop making it difficult and just do it. It doesn't
Ah.
have to be perfect. Get rid of the word perfection. It doesn't exist for anybody. Stop trying to be perfect. Be you. Be you. Be messy.
Okay.
Be messy. Be real. Not too real. TMI, too much information.
Don't overshare.
Don't overshare. Just touch that little, just go share a little bit and go, oh, that's too much. Don't share any personal information that you don't want anybody tracking you with. There's a way of talking generically. I want you to get to that, but make it exciting. See, a story can't be, Little Red Riding Hood went to their grandmother's house, blah, blah. Boring. Talk about you. What happened to you today? You know what, guys? This might be interesting, and I want to share this because this happened to me today in my business. Blah, 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 blah. And you say what happened. You got the wrong shipment. Something fell over. Something didn't happen. You're disappointed about a client. You're disappointed about that.
I'm laughing because here's Carlos.
Yeah,
He says he overshares.
Yeah, he does. He does. We know you, Carlos. We're not talking about you. Okay, so I just want you to, because a part of this getting the setup and starting this process is that you want to get out of your comfort zone and you want to take the editor out of your head. You're not writing a term paper. You're not writing a thesis. You're not writing a story for the evening news. Today or tonight on the evening news, that's not what we're here for. You're people to people, human to human. The best way it works is to just talk without it. You don't really need a script, but you need a structure. So this is what we're talking about. I'm talking about structure.
Okay.
Beginning, middle, and end. Beginning, middle, and end. Act 1, 2, and 3. Structure. That's a structure. You can't have a house without a structure, right?
Right.
You gotta have structure. So I'm giving this to you. Carlos has talked about my social security number and how it calculates my expenses. Claudia says, and don't talk about your customers in it. Oh,
please.
See, Claudia. I love it when you're here. I love when everybody's here, but I'm just saying Claudia she's bringing it today. You don't talk about your customers. And didn't I just say about having a bad day that you expected something from a client or a customer and they let you down or something? Come on, talk about the feeling of it, but don't mention anybody specifically. You can say, I had a customer that blah, 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 blah. No details. Just say, I was expecting something and this happened. And now I feel this way and I want to come on and share it with you. And because I know that everybody's out there human and they've experienced this in some way. And then that's when you get the comments. People are going to say, yeah, I know how that feels because this happened to me or that happened to me. See how you draw this? That's a story. What I just said was a story. And you draw them in. Okay. So, all right. So quickly, Act 2 is the confrontation. This is Hollywood speak. Okay. But this is the middle. So the second act is going to be the part where you're keeping the story going forward and you're keeping the audience engaged because you set it up already. Then you get into the meat of it. This is the meat of it. Like this is the meal. Like this is the steak. You got the appetizer. This is the steak. This is what keeps them full and satisfied and watching you and listening to you. Okay. So that's the middle. And you want to get out of your comfort zone and you don't want to give away the ending. Not too quickly. You say, hey, in the middle, this is what happens. And then Act 3, resolution. This is where you tie up the story and offer a conclusion. And this also is where you do the CTA, the call to action to get them to do something further. Go to your website, go to your landing page, sign up for your email, get on your email list, give them an ebook, a checklist, a free gift, a free call, whatever it is. All of this stuff you're doing is to get to that end goal of having them do something. Okay? Because it's good to tell a story, but get them to do something. Or here's the key. Okay. With the is that my oh my God, Alexa? hush, my Alexa's talking. So it's now she threw me off. So I'm saying that you want to set this up so where you have the call to action, because you're in the business of getting action. We're not Hollywood. Hollywood is, they tie up the 3 acts in the story. They've already gotten the money from you beforehand, so there's nothing to get at the end. So see that? Can you stop that, Alexa? Stop. Tell Alexa to stop, because she's just bothering me. Ay. These. Oh, it's Google. Ay. Okay. So Carlos says, don't talk about your competition in a negative way. Yes. So we established that. But the part, hold on. That's okay. Okay, Google, stop. Ay. I know it was one of those. This is the technology world we live in. When you got all these things around listening to you.
Yes.
Talking. I'm like, who is that? When you're by yourself, you're like, who is that talking? And it's like, oh, that thing. Okay. So, and now it threw me off. So I want to say that the idea of telling a story in business is different from the Hollywood way, because Hollywood, you have to pay to get entry to the story. In business, you're going to tell the story to get the payoff at the end, which is the call to action, which is them to call you, text you, WhatsApp you, message you, find you, your email, giving you, all the things that you want. And that's your goal. What do you want them to do at the end of this story? Because you got the beginning, the middle, the end. You got the act one, the setup, act 2, the confrontation, act 3, the resolution. That's just a fancy way of saying the beginning, middle, and end. But you want to have that structure in mind. And I don't mean that you're going to sit down and write a story and do the evening news and look at the camera and read a script like our administration does. And I just sidetracked, but
yes, you did.
I can't help but talk about them.
You digress. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, it's so you reading a teleprompter, dude. Anyway, so you don't want I'm saying that because that's not what you want to do. You want to do what we're doing here. Terry and I here talking about a topic this day, today, tomorrow it'll be about money. Thursday it'll be about health and wellness. Friday it'll be the tech wrap out, and Monday is the coffee and conversation. But see how there's a topic, there's a structure, and each of these videos that we're doing, the live shows, has the beginning, the middle, and at 1, 2, and 3. And then at the end, we give you the call to action. I gave you one in the middle because I said, when we started talking about planning, I said, I have a social media planner for you. See, that's a call to action. And if you want it, you put yes in the comments and I'll send it to you. I'll put the link in there and you can go to it or whatever, but that's a call to action. Then at the end, we'll have another call to action because we're talking about a topic and we're just not going to okay, we talked about it and we're just going to leave it laying on the table. No, we have to tie this up. We have to tie this up and say what we were talking about before when Carlos said about sequel. We got sidetracked with the Fast and Furious because he said a sequel. So you have the beginning and middle and end has to be great in order to get to that sequel. But you still want to have something at the end where there's a payoff for your business. Your website, like I said, your website, your email list, calling you, getting them into offering them a free consultation. That's a continuation of the story to where it's just you and an individual going off further. And then you get to go talk more about the conversation of your business and how your business can help fit their need, whether it's a service or a product, either one, doesn't matter. But you are drawing them into the story, creating a story, and can be simple. Terralina just showed you how simple it was. We were talking about the intro, and she said, she said what she said. It was a
assignment to keep you looking beautiful.
That's it. And then she goes into whatever the day's story would be, I got this wonderful fabric. I want to show you and talk to you about it. I want to explain it to you, blah, blah, blah. And at the end, she says, I'm going to turn this into a fabulous blouse or a fabulous item. And she might have it done already and saying, here's the end result. If you want to buy this, where do they go? They go to
California Cover-Ups.
They go to your Shopify store, your website. You want them to call. You want them to DM you. However, that's you set that up. You set that up, but have it ready because you're going to talk about what you do and see how that middle part was. I was saying about the fabric and talking about the fabric, educating them about the fabric and the way it moves and flows and the structure. And then Shazam, she pulls out a item of clothing that she made already. I said, here's the fabric, and I made a blouse or I made a, whatever, a scarf or whatever she made. She's going to show it to you on camera or in a photo.
Okay. I can do that. Okay, so
we're doing this.
Fabric.
I like that.
Isn't that pretty? And so you're looking for a fashion mask.
See?
Inbox us over there on my website, and we'll get this to you.
Right. So see, that's the call to action. Was that hard? No.
It really wasn't, and it didn't take all day.
Yes. See that? You're not writing a novel where you gotta make a bunch of characters and make stuff out of your head. You are talking about you and your business and what you do during the day, what you offer, your products, your services, what happened to you. I'm expecting this didn't happen, or I got to go out and do this. Come with me on my
Yeah, I can make a whole story out of how long it took that elastic to get here.
There you go. See? And that ties in. Why are you talking about the elastic? Because she's making masks. Ta-da!
And it was really just unbelievable. I think it got here this month, and I ordered it in April. What is this, July?
Yeah, I remember you talking about this elastic. It's been 2 months.
And it was all because the factories had shut down overseas.
Right. But see what you're doing? You're telling the story.
Oh, because we were expecting it to be here overnight because we ordered it on Amazon, right?
Yeah, see?
And Linda can tell this story, yeah.
Same thing that you're doing, Linda can do, Carlos can do, Claudia can do. Claudia talks about, having a healthy lifestyle and changing your eating habits. She could talk about vegetables and fruits and why you need a kiwi and why you need an avocado, and the avocado does this, and you add it in a smoothie, blah, 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 blah. You want to know how to make, I have a ton of smoothie recipes, a cheat sheet or whatever.
Oh,
and
wow.
Then she says, go.
Do you? Because I've decided to start doing smoothies.
If you see that?
Share it.
See that? So Claudia should be on wherever she wants to be. And you don't have to be everywhere. Facebook, you need to be. Pinterest, I would say. And if you got time, you could do another one. But that's what you're doing. You're doing a story. I went to the farmer's market and I saw these lovely avocados. They were looking so good and they smell good. But you know what to say about an avocado. I don't, because I don't eat them. But you know what to say.
I don't even know how to open it up. Oh my God.
Right. Okay. See, now we're getting into it. This is where I don't know how to open it either. I don't know how to cut. There's a way to cut it.
Yeah.
Because there's a seed in the middle. This is what you do if that is your niche. You get on and say, and you show does anybody know what this is? And you have the avocado. And you say, this is avocado. And you say that, and you say it has the nutrient, whatever nutrients it has.
And people think because they know how to open an avocado that most people do. You and I are both from the East Coast. We just recently found out what the heck an avocado is.
I didn't grow up with them. Sorry. I didn't grow up with them. But see, this is the deal. I want you to get out of your own head. I want you to stop editing yourself and saying, because you know what an avocado is. There are tons of people that don't know. And think about this. There are children growing up that they might not know it, and they're teenagers or they're young people and they got their own place and they don't know what to do, or they want to eat healthy. See how all of that and the key is that you come on video, write a post, do a story saying, don't assume that everybody knows what an avocado is or how to use it, eat it, cut it, what's the benefit. That's what you talk about. Same thing. That's what we was talking about with Terralina and our California cover up. She already told the story about the elastic. That's a story. So you go on and talk about that. Why? Because people in fashion care about elastic. Or you
Because
tell them why you want the elastic because, and this is the thing that I found out, Terralina, that would because we order other masks. I got a mask from you, but we got other masks that don't fit right. And the ones behind the ear with the adjustable thing, I hate those because it hurts my ear. The
I was
one
wondering about that little nodule thing.
it hurts.
It hurts.
But the one that I got for Terralina is the elastic, so you put it on and it fits. There's nothing behind your ear that hurts you.
Other thing I want to say about that too is, I guess I should tell the story about how to put it on, because a lot of people do not know how to put it on, and they're trying to put it on their hair.
See that?
Don't put it on your hair. Put it all the way on.
See? And then you pull it up.
And so that way, if you want to
see, I wear mine up. But there's
so
different ways.
You can decide how far up you want it.
Right. You can't do that. I just got the ones with the ear.
Yeah.
And the little hard plastic adjustable. It hurts my ear. I can't wear it but maybe an hour or two. And it hurts the back of my ear. And I hate that.
Rubbing going on. And see, these don't touch at all.
But see, that's why you're talking about the elastic, because the key to this mask is her elastic. Is the elastic that she used. I haven't seen anybody else use elastic like that.
You know why? Because they don't want to give you that much elastic.
Oh,
it takes almost 30 inches to do this elastic to give you enough room to.
But I love the elastic.
And
we ordered something. We ordered some masks from Amazon, and they didn't have the adjustable thing for the ears, so they don't fit. They're useless. And I'm like,
who needs a mask with gaps? You don't need them.
You can't. It has to be comfortable. I'm telling you, the elastic ones from Terralina is comfortable. Now I've seen some that Velcro behind your neck, but I haven't tried those. I've seen some now. I don't know.
I don't know about Velcro. I considered that, but I was just so glad when I found a supply of elastic. And Jerry knows what I'm talking about.
It's comfort. See, you're telling the story of elastic because it ties into comfort, which is something that everybody is discovering, that these ones behind the ear, for me, they're not comfortable, so I don't want to wear it. So you're talking about comfort, looking good, and feeling good, because you want people to wear the mask because it helps us with slowing the spread of transmission and keeping everybody healthy. So the call to action is what?
To direct message me over there on my website, California Cover Ups, or you can contact me on my personal site, Terralina Austin, and we can talk about it. I can send you a lookbook, and also I want you to look beautiful during this pandemic. I don't want you running around looking crazy.
Okay, ooh, look at that one. See how she just pulling up these masks while we're talking.
You know what I'm saying?
And I like that one.
Because who wants to look dull in a pandemic?
I mean, and also there's the that's why I wanted the elastic is important, and I discovered that after buying enough, because you need more than one mask. You can't just have one. So I said, let me see these little adjustable ones behind the ear, and I'm like, heck no, I hate that thing.
The thing about these is you can throw them in the washer. You know what I mean? So you got one. Yep. And I hang one on my rearview mirror.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people talking about that online, and that's what they use their rearview mirror for, to hang their mask.
I don't want to have to remember if it's not in my purse. I don't want it to come back in the house.
Right. All right. So let's get to these comments. Brenda says we eat avocados all the time. Cut them up, put them in your soup, egg, toast, tortilla.
Really?
Yum. So see, this is what this is the topics for Claudia to talk about. Yeah. And then Britta says, I like my mask from Terralina. I can wear it as a hair headband and then pull it down when needed. Need one for each day. See that? There's your testimonial.
I received that. Brenda.
You're gonna take this. You're gonna ask Brenna to go to your Facebook page, and she can copy and paste this on your Facebook page because there's a review section on your Facebook page.
Oh,
That's
really?
important.
Oh.
You can take this and you could copy it and make a little graphic and post this on your Instagram, your Facebook,
Wow.
wherever you want, saying another satisfied customer. And you didn't do any work. Brenna said what she felt.
Thank you,
and
Brenda.
posted it. And you take this and you post it on your stories.
Oh, wow.
See, it's done. I told you guys this was easy. This is easy. See? And just from us talking, Carolina got ideas for her story, for doing stories, for doing posts. She got a testimonial from Brenna, unsolicited, just because what she makes. And like I'm saying, the video the video part that I said about I hate the mask with the little plastic thing behind the ear because it hurts. I like Carolina's mask better because it's elastic and it's adjustable and it fits where I want it. And it's comfortable. See?
And my things, I want it to be tight on you guys because I don't want the purpose is to keep the droplets out.
Right. So see, just us talking is your story. You got your three, you know your three parts, the beginning, middle, and end. Thank you, Carlos. Or act 1, 2, and 3. If you want to be, that's the technical part of it. But it doesn't have to be it's not a once upon a time. It's not you're writing a novel. I don't know what to write. You don't have to do that. You have to talk about your business, your why, what happened, what's going on. You're disappointed. You're happy. A customer did this. A customer did that. You go into a little bit of details. You don't talk about the customer.
Elastic, she says.
Yeah, see? So, all right. So here's another deal. You could talk about that elastic. Like, why is it hard to get the elastic? Does it come in other colors?
Oh, my gosh.
See how much detail this is? And because people don't get into detail because they think no one wants to know. Just like Claudia with the avocado, she thinks, she might think, I'm not going to put words in her mouth. I'm just saying for me, you think everybody knows how to boil an egg. They don't. Or you got kids growing up, aging up that have to cook an egg, or they're moving out and they don't know what to cook or what to do. They want to make a smoothie. They want to be healthy. There's a whole smorgasbord of stuff you can talk about. And you do it with a structure. Like we talked about today. You tell your story, the beginning, the middle, the end. It doesn't have to be complicated. You just saw Carolina walk through the steps. You just saw it. It's done. That's how easy it is.
Okay. See, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna tell you, I really had sort of given up on, posting because it's like I don't understand this.
Because you're thinking.
Yeah.
You should. Don't think. What? Okay. You woke up this morning. I have an idea to use this fabric for the mask, and you show the fabric. And you show the mask and you say, okay, if you want these masks, reach me go to my website, DM me, however the call to action is. That's it. Wow. You talk about the fabric. You show the fabric. I'm going to make masks. You show the fabric as a teaser. If you want to tease people, I got this new fabric in, just like you just showed the mask with the was that the leopard and the red?
Yes.
I like that combo. A lot of people aren't doing the leopard with the red.
No,
but there's somebody out there that likes leopard.
Cotton.
Yes.
And it took me a while to get the fabric. That's why.
Right. So see, that's what you talk about. You talk about the cotton, and here it is. They've done studies about why these masks that Carolina make are better than bandanas because it has to do with the tightness of the weave and how the droplets can get in and out. So the ones that Carolina makes are better. They're saying that you really, if you don't have a choice, if you have nothing, you use a bandana, but bandana is not the best choice. You want to get the mask that Carolina makes because they're double fabric
cotton.
and the type. So, but see, those are the things you talk about. You could, and it's just you come on. Hey guys, I want to tell you what's going on with the mask situation. I know everybody's confused, and then you say the study. There's been studies that show about the bandana not being the best type of fabric, and you go into that because you know
Yep.
about the
And
fabric.
the paper masks allowing so much stuff through. And I see so many people with those paper masks on. I'm like,
Yeah.
really?
So that's your story.
Mm.
Claudia says there's definitely a science. I found that out and continue to learn about topics that affect me daily. See, it's an everyday thing. I wake up, I have so much stuff. I'm spending all my time looking at what's trending, what's happening, what's going on, what is the news in marketing, what's going on. There's a change, there's a this, there's a that. Fabric. You talk about fabric, you talk about with coronavirus that the scientists have done studies and they've tested about the droplets, and that the type of mask, the type of fabric you use for your mask is the best one outside of the N95. But see, you talk about that just from the knowledge of the fabric and fashion, and you're going to add in the news about why is it necessary to have the type of mask you have. And again, the elastic is the selling point.
Yeah.
Really, it is. Really.
Yeah,
so,
and the fact that, they're washable. How much are people spending on those paper masks?
See, that's the things you can talk about. Brenda says, that's what I was told I should do when I was offering sewing classes. Make a class that helps teach those basics, life skills 101 is what I was going to call it. There's so much on YouTube is there if people look. Yes, that's a good idea. Mm-hmm. But I also want to say this, Brenda, that just because somebody's done it on YouTube, or you do it your way, you still do it. Do the life skills 101 and say why you're doing it. And like I just said, there's kids growing up, aging up, and they might not have been taught life skills by their parents or whatever. For whatever reason, you're filling in the education for them. So I want you guys to think about this when you're trying to do YouTube videos or do videos. You're giving out information. You're filling in the gaps. Somebody might know it, but other people don't. And they may say it differently from you or explain it differently in a way that the audience connects with you. So that's really what it's about. Don't say somebody else did it already. You do it your way. You know that song, I Did It My Way? I want you to put that in your head. I did it my way. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. So, and we I could talk about this. We could keep going, but we got to wrap this up because we got to we got to end this. So here's my wrap up, the end. So your story, how to tell a story. You're going to talk about what you know. You're not going to create a story. You're going to talk about things that are happening daily with you and your business, but you're going to keep a structure. You're going to keep a beginning, a middle, and end. Just like Carlos said, thank you. That's an easy way to remember it. Your beginning is why you're talking, or you want to introduce yourself. Your middle is the meat, is what you want to get, the information you want to get out. Then you wrap it up and you say, and if you need the services I have, or if you want to buy this product, like Carolyn and Mash, she said, find me at my website, and you give out the name of the website, or you say DM me, or wherever you want them to go, you tell them that, and that's the wrap up. And then the sequel is you do it again the next day or in a day or two, whenever you feel like you have a story to tell. All right, so that's how you do it. Thank you, Brenna. Have a great day. You
have
too.
A good one.
Thank you for being here. I love all the conversation. We always do, and the comments and everything from you guys. This is what makes the discussion great, and it makes it happen. So I hope everybody learned what they needed to learn about how to tell a story.
I learned some things today.
See, I use you as the guinea pig. Because I said either you and we talked at the beginning, we talked to Lou. That's how we got on the fabric.
Yes, that's true.
The haberdashery. And I knew Claudia definitely, her topic is definitely in there. Brenna also. So everybody, your business topic, your business, what your business is about.
You're in the mask business. So yeah. So I'm sure she would help today too.
Yeah. So whatever your business is, it will fit in a story. So I want you to think, not once upon a time, but I want you to think beginning, middle, and end. What's the setup? What do I have to say? What's the meat? And then the wrap up, and then you call to action, and you sell something you sell what your business is about, whether it's a service or a product. You direct them. You're the director. Okay. That's why it ties in the Hollywood thing. Okay. So I tried to, it's a lot of information. I tried to, keep it into an hour. We ran over, but if you have some more questions or you want to know anything else, you can find me at Terry Johnson Online. Just Google it. Or you can find me with the Biz Chicks. And the Biz Chicks, you can go to the Facebook group. You can go to the website. You can go to wherever. We're everywhere.
And if you're looking to join Biz Chicks, you can text Biz to 33777.
See that? And that's your tie up and your call to action. See? We're done.
All right, guys. We want to remind you, don't forget to go to the front of your own line. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We'll be here with Coach Karen talking about your money mindset so that you can get your mind together to make money in your business. Thank you again, Terry. I really learned some things today.
So, I'm glad. Because I was trying to figure out how to condense this in an hour because it's really a big topic. But like I said, if you want to know more,
I'm motivated to go tell a story now. You know,
I
was just like, whatever, people. I just don't know what to say. Okay, so now here we go. Because I think because of all this pandemic stuff, it just,
Yeah, see, that's my point is to cut through the confusion and the clutter and the information. There's so much information overload. You don't know where to look and what to do. So I'm telling you to not look at that stuff. I want you to think about your why. Yeah, think about your why. Think about your business. Think about what you want to talk about today, and just do it. Just talk about it. Post it. Video, photos, whatever, podcasts, whatever you're comfortable with. You do that. Okay.
That's what sounds like a plan.
All right.
Thank you so much.
We need that.
Yes, we do. That we do. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Don't forget to go to the front of your own line. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.